Fortnite easily has the highest skill ceiling out of any game I've ever touched. Not only do you have to have good aim and game sense, but if you want to be competitive, you got to learn how to build, edit, rotate, take, height, piece, high ground, retake. Yeah, that's a lot. And some people have dedicated their whole entire lives to this game. And I've just passed the 1,000 hour mark. That basically means that I've sat down for 42 days straight just playing this game.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Now, I didn't actually do that though. I put in this time over 6 months, which means for the past 182 days, I've spent 23% of my time playing this game. Am I cooked? But anyways, I started this journey from being an absolute beginner to where I am right now, where I don't know. You guys will have to see how good I get by the end of the video. But anyways, everything started when OG Fortnite was re-released, and I downloaded it for the first time ever. You see, I started playing this game the second day it ever came out, and I played all the way to Chapter 1, Season 4. During this time, I put in like 1,000 hours, but let's be honest, it was a completely different game at this time. And by the time Season 5 came around, that's exactly when I started high school, and I pretty much just stopped playing this game. I lost the drive for it, and I started focusing on different things. But I picked the game back up in Season 7 to Season 8, where I played for the first time ever on keyboard and mouse. And well, I was some actual booty cheeks, which made me quit the game yet again. And this time, I really wasn't coming back. 5 years had passed, and a lot happened. The Fortnite World Cup, 5 new chapters released, but most importantly, Fortnite OG was re-released, and I decided to give it a try. When I got back on this game, I decided to play on controller for the first time ever, and right here, I'm trying to shoot my enemy, and I don't even know how I did this, but I accidentally pressed the inventory button. So yeah, it was clear that I was not cut out for this game on controller. And 5 days later, I made a very important decision because I plugged in the keyboard and mouse for the first time ever. You see, I had some prior experience playing Valorant before, which means when I played on keyboard and mouse for the first time, I already had better aim, which honestly made my confidence skyrocket after this. But that was probably a bad thing because I got way too cocky. You see, I was playing with my in real life friends who didn't really take this game that seriously, and they didn't have any prior experience in it. So I already thought I was extremely good at this game. I thought I was one of the best players in the game, I'm gonna be honest. But one day, towards the end of Season OG, I decided to load up Fortnite Rank for the first time ever. I realized just how bad I am at this game because I was getting absolutely clapped in platinum lobbies. Yeah, this is not good looks. But don't worry, because later in this video, we're gonna go crazy. Season OG ended, and I thought I was trash at this game. So I started looking up videos. How to get better at Fortnite. You see, I learned a bit, you know, piece control, about making the right edits, having good peaks. But the most important thing I learned about, which really drove me to getting better at this game, was the solo cash cups. This is by far the easiest way to earn money in Fortnite. So getting my first earnings was the challenge I set for myself looking forward into my progression. And Chapter 5 Season 1 sparked an era in my career where I was constantly trying to learn how to get better at this game. You know, I was trying to perfect my mechanics, but I made one huge mistake that was holding me back this entire time. I was purposely dodging playing against better players, choosing to instead fight people that are worse than me. If you know, you know. Fighting players that are worse than you are just gonna build up some bad habits that just destroy you over time. These bad habits I'm talking about boil down to just a few things. One, I make a really bad edit, which leaves me wide open to getting shot by an enemy, which also kind of mixes in with this next topic, which is me just underestimating my opponents, thinking they're bad, and just making a dumb decision like 50-50ing them where they literally have the biggest chance to kill me. And another thing that I didn't focus on was on the fundamentals of my game, which I didn't realize until way later down the line. And these bad habits led me to failing in every single solo cash cup I played. I mean, I didn't even make it past the opens rounds. During this time, I literally spent a whole 100 hours just free building in an empty map, which might have been the biggest waste of time. I mean, I wasn't even learning these free builds under pressure, which means after doing them, I couldn't even do them in game because my hands were shaking too much because I was scared. So while I did learn some new mechanics, a lot of my time in Chapter 5 Season 1 was basically wasted. But one thing I did gain was just being comfortable playing this game, and I guess I did learn a little bit of game sense, which I took in with me going into Season 2. And Season 2 sparks about the 500 hour mark, the halfway point in this journey to 1,000 hours. This is when I decided to start streaming for the first time ever, which opened up a huge world of competitive Fortnite I had never seen. I was now able to fight way better players than I've ever fought before on a more consistent basis, which helped me learn way faster. And my progress this season was absolutely special. By the way, I stream 4 days a week on Twitch, so make sure you go follow me over there because I host a lot of fun tournaments and it's just a great time. We have a good community, so yeah, go over there. Also, make sure you join my Discord because we have a very very active community of people who are just trying to get better at this game. So if that sounds like you and you're looking for new people to play with or just to talk to, make sure you guys join up. But with this new growing community, I soon realized how far away I was from my goal, which only made me want to reach them more. And let me tell you guys, if you're trying to get better at this game, surrounding yourself with better players is the #1 way to get that done. And I can definitely say that helped for me because my progress this season is insane. You guys will see by the end. But anyways, at this time, I spent a whole week learning how to do piece control because I felt like this was one of the most important things that was holding me back for a very long time. You see, in my cash cups, I had a pretty big problem of dying off spawn. And piece control is one of those things where if you know how to do it, you have a way better chance of winning your off spawn battles. And I filmed this video a little bit weird here, but you know, as you guys can see, I am completely piecing up this enemy and I was feeling very confident at this time. And I played another cash cup where I seriously got so close to qualifying this time. I missed it by 1 point. Oh my god. This was seriously heartbreaking. I mean, I had so much confidence and I just sold it because I was scared of Storm Surge. But it only made me want it more, so I kept on grinding. And at this time, I played my first ever FNCS, and in Qualifier 1, I'm not gonna lie, I completely sold. I didn't even make one endgame out of the 10 games we had. But this changed in week 2 because I played a whole lot better because I just took everything that I learned in week 1 and really just perfected it in week 2, which means I got more kills and actually made it to endgame this time. But we missed round 2 by just one good game, so you know that's tough, but I knew I'd be back next season. You see, I like to stream a lot, so when I was streaming I was getting hella frame drops, so I decided to make an investment and get myself a brand new PC to hopefully not have any more frame drops, because as we all know, Fortnite be having some optimization issues. It's no secret, man. And immediately after getting my brand new PC, I was improving. My game felt way smoother, which gave me the confidence to push more fights, which led to me hitting Unreal for the first time ever, the highest rank in Fortnite. But to be honest, this is not that big of an accomplishment. You know, some people may say I got carried. I'm not gonna go that far. I think I really deserved Unreal. I think I'm at an Unreal level, okay? But it really didn't mean that much because I continued to fail in my cash cups. But one day, one singular cash cup, things felt different. I went into my final game within qualifying range. Basically, all I needed to do was get a top 35, maybe top 30, but it was scuffed. I got sniped in a building while I was trying to hide, tried to go for heals, made a bad edit, and I died. And yet again, I missed the cash cup by just a couple points. This yet again sent me into an even greater training arc. I stopped spending so much time in my practice maps and instead chose to fight real people. Real people that were better than me. I realized that ranked wasn't really getting me the right game sense, so I decided to hop in solo scrims as well. This made me more comfortable in fights, and I learned how to pressure people safely, as well as I also learned how to play aggressive versus defensive and when to switch between the two. But 900 hours in is where season 2 ended, and honestly, this is the most I progressed through any season so far. I really am starting to feel like a more competitive player, and I can realize that I am getting better at this game. But season 3 is where things really take off. By the way, if you guys have made it this far in the video, I'd really appreciate it if you guys like and subscribe, because I'm posting my full entire journey on this YouTube channel, so make sure you guys are subscribed to follow the journey. I was getting better at blocking my head in 1v1s, I was fighting smarter and more patiently, and I was actually getting better at playing Battle Royale, even though I wasn't playing it as much. And after 50 hours of the preseason training, it was time for me to play my first ever cash cup. You see, leading up to this, the tensions have been pretty high. People have been saying that I'm never gonna qual and that I'm just not destined to do it. I sell every single time. So this week, I really had to prove that I have what it takes. And I did it. I qualified for my first ever finals. Yo! Let's go, bro. That's a qual, bro. #1 on the friends list, dude. Let's go. And in my second game, I managed to place 5th. I was 5 placements away from making my first ever earnings. Some would say I sold, but honestly, this was supposed to be a practice from the start. And I could definitely tell that this did make me a better player because in the next week, I made it to the finals again. This time around though, my performances were not that good in the finals, but I was proving that I had what it takes to make it consistently. And that leads to where we are today, at the end of June. And right now, I have a couple of problems that I'm trying to fix with my game. The first is that I feel like I panicked too much in tight situations, which leads to me losing fights. Because once I panic, I tend to mess up all of my build placements, I make bad decisions, and just overall throw my game, which also ties into consistency. You see, this hand and mouse combo, these two are not disciplined enough. I move this thing around way too much, which is one thing that I'm trying to focus on leading forward. I want to have the best crosshair placement so I can make sure I'm consistent in the way I play in every single situation. But that's really making me wonder how much better of a player I'll be just 1,000 hours from now. And make sure you join my Discord, because if you're trying to be a better player, that's a great place to start. By the way, I already started my training for the next 1,000 hours by trying to learn 30 pro Fortnite mechanics in only one day. So make sure you guys don't miss that video, because I learned a lot. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.